Okay, welcome back. Thanks for joining in. Just a little follow-up video to my last one, which was the unboxing of the Dune Imperium Uprising set. I said I would see if all the components from that would fit into this Deluxe Edition box here. And short version is no, they will not. I tried to make it work. I think it would work if you don't sleeve your cards. I was able to get all the leaders into the leader holder here with no problem. But as you can see, this is my cards from the base game, Rise of Ix, and Immortality. And these are all sleeved, and they fill this whole thing up very snug. My next thought was, well, what if I take out the extraneous cards? So there's all these starter cards, you know, that are duplicated basically between the two games. So I thought, well, if I leave these out, how much room does that buy me? Not enough, because if I take out the extra cards from that, there's still this huge stack here that has nowhere to go at all. This other box here, this little component box here, these are actually little itemized out trays where there's a little, you can't see them in this light, but there's a divider. You can see how they don't, fall. There's a little divider at the bottom that keeps them separate. This is how I store all my starter decks. So it's not actually a full row for cards. I mean, you could shove cards in there, but it still wouldn't be enough because there's so much space taken up by those dividers that you can't really, get the cards in there much more than they already are. So even if I took those out of the equation, there's still this huge stack here. There's all these cards here that are for the 6-player game. And my next thought was, well, what if I put the 6-player stuff back in the Uprising box, right? Because, the odds of me getting a 6-player game together are pretty slim. However, even with those cards out, there's just too many cards. Now, again, if you don't sleeve your cards, there's a pretty good shot that they will fit. I think what you'll have to do is take the... there's a little bit more room left here for the intrigue cards. I haven't sleeved those yet, so you can see how much room there is for conflict and intrigue cards. These are the technology tokens from the Rise of Ix expansion, but those could be put somewhere else if need be. And you could fit more of the intrigue cards in there from intrigue cards and conflict cards from Uprising in there. The main decks, as I said, with the sleeves, there's just no room, but I think if I unsleeved all these, which I'm not going to do, but if I were to unsleeve these, I think it would take up about half of the space that it's taking up with what I've got right now. So let me move this here, see room to see what I'm talking about. The other components seem to fit okay, because there's plenty of little wells and areas to put them in. A lot of the new components are like the tokens and that sort of thing for the agents and the soldiers and whatnot, so those are not really needed. Those could go, into a backup area, in a previous box or storage or something like that. The sandworms fit fine, both the meeple versions and the plastic ones. Since there's no limit on how many sandworms you can use, it's probably good to keep the meeple ones as backups anyway. But yeah, just unfortunately, there's so many new cards, and just not enough space in this. Now, that doesn't mean that there might not be another way to make this work somehow, but I haven't figured it out yet because I don't want to lose these nice containers. They have this really nice molded, lithograph, basically, of the sandworm image from the movie. But, worst case scenario, if I had to, I'll do it. But I don't want to have to do that. Right now, I think it's probably going to be a situation where I have 2 boxes. It will be the main game will keep its box, and Uprising will stay in this one. If we find, as play goes on, that we really prefer Uprising, I might migrate a lot of the stuff from Uprising into the Dune Imperium base box, but honestly, right now it seems like it's just going to need to be a 2-box solution for me. If you wind up getting everything, if you have the base game, Rise of Ix, Immortality, and you get Uprising, and you are able to, and you don't sleeve your cards, let me know in the comments if you're able to get everything to fit. I feel like it would work if they were not sleeved. The other issue would be the boards. The boards will sit high, because the boards and the instructions, I should say. So the lid will not sit flush, even if everything else were to fit. The lid will not sit flush unless you were to take the old board out. If you took the base game board out and just used the new one, it would still fit. The instructions and everything are sitting kind of high on it, so it's a little snug, but it would fit. But if you want to keep all the boards in there and everything, it would sit high. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I was really hoping they would fit with the sleeves, but I had a bad feeling they wouldn't fit, just because these sleeves make the card deck so thick. Just for an example to show you what I'm talking about, these are my House of Gaul cards, and I don't believe there's that many more. Let me get these out of here. So it's hard to get them out sometimes. But comparing the two decks, right? So if I get the Gaul cards out of here, if they'll cooperate with me, there we go. Like that. If I get these out of here, now there's a few more in here than there were in the base game, right? But if you look at the stack, I mean, let's just count out 20, right? So let's count out 20 cards. So 1, 2, so you see more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 20 of those Hagal cards. And I have clear sleeves on them so that they're differentiated, right? And then if I count out 20 that I haven't sleeved yet, because I don't use the House Hagal cards. That was the first thing that was going to go from this, was the Hagal cards. Because when I play solo or two-player, I just use the app. So I've never actually used the Hagal cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So if you compare the thickness of these two decks, right? So here's 20 unsleeved, and here's 20 sleeved, right? So it's practically double. And let me just show that I'm not like letting these fluff up. I mean, I'm squeezing these tight, and it is double thick. So, and I've got full, you can see my knuckles are white on that. I'm squeezing as hard as I can to get them flush. And it's just, there's just so much more thickness added by these sleeves on these cards. So if you figure, I'm probably at double capacity at least on my cards right now because of the sleeves. So my honest hunch is if you don't sleeve your cards, they will fit. But unfortunately for us neat freaks that like to sleeve them, we're out of luck and have to have a second box. So anyway, that's it for this video. Like I said, I just make a quick one here. I just wanted to focus on whether this was going to work or not with the big box. It's really a bummer that it doesn't, but that's the nature of expanding games, is eventually get to the point where everything won't fit in one box. I assume at some point there might be something put out by somebody like Broken Token that puts out a box insert where you ditch these plastic ones and they have an insert that will hold everything. If and when that happens, I'll consider picking that up so that I can combine everything. But in the meantime, I like it the way it is. I really think this is one of the best storage solutions for a game ever. And you know, it does do what they said it would do. They said the expansions would all fit in the or that the base game deluxe set would hold the 2 expansions. They never promised anything about further expansions or whether it would fit in Uprising. So it's not like it's false advertising or anything. They didn't promise anything else. So anyway, on the other hand, this is a really good looking box, and it'll look good on my shelf of all my other Dune games. So I don't have a problem with it. It's really just a question more of transportability. Like if you're going to a game convention or something, it's one more box you got to carry. So anyway, let me know what you think. If you have your cards unsleeved and they fit, let me know. I'm curious. Until next time, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will catch you on the next video. Take care.